friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you are working on your marketing system and you are posting on social media, you're commenting, maybe you're getting some messages, whether you're getting it on social media or you're getting someone that actually emails you and says, "Hey, Sue, I'm interested in having some bookkeeping work done. Can you give me more information?" or whatever their message is to you. But that is the golden ticket, just receiving those emails for all the hard work that you've been doing in your marketing. And so today we are going to go into the question of, okay, what now? And so we're going to hit with that and then decide, how we need to decipher all this information so that it is valuable and useful for us and helps us grow our business. But why this feels confusing, here's what I see all the time. Someone finally gets consistent with marketing, they get messages, they book calls, maybe they even land a client. And that is amazing. And congratulations if you have landed your first client. And instead of feeling confident, though, you feel more confused than before. They don't know where the client should live, where we put that client, what system they actually need for that client, or how marketing connects to our money. In today's video, we're going to be going over that. And I just want to go over the big mistakes most people make. The mistake is trying to track everything in one place, like you trying to track everything in QuickBooks. And QuickBooks is a financial system. It is not a customer management relationship system. I use either System.io or it is Go High Level. And out of those two systems there, my favorite one actually is the Go High Level, but it is quite a bit more expensive than System.io is. So if you're just starting out and say you don't have any clients, System.io is your ticket there. If you have a couple clients, I would probably invest in Go High Level. Now, when I first looked, I was in System.io first, and so I built my Root for Profits in there. Then I got involved in a coaching program, and I was looking at Go High Level, but I didn't understand the platform. And so I think that's really important, is to understand the platforms that you're going to use. I finally entered a coaching program, and it just happened that Max, he runs his whole business off of Go High Level. So he gave me templates and everything to use in Go High Level. I really love that platform now, but it does have quite a bit more whistles and bells to it and things that go on underneath the software program that you don't necessarily see. So you have to know where everything connects at. Not know, but actually learn where it all connects at. And the only way that you learn anything is you have to keep practicing. So this can lead to some frustration, but after you get it, then everything you can copy and make everything really easy for yourself, saving you tons of time all at the same time. Now, this video is not a sponsored video for System.io or Go High Level. This is only my experience with both of these systems. But I am thankful for System.io because if you're brand new, then System.io is going to be easier and more user-friendly for you to use. In our bookkeeping business, we have our QuickBooks Online, which is our financials, and then we have our CMR. So always remember these are two different systems that you need to use. You can't, and I tried for a long time, to be honest with you, of trying to only use one of these systems, and sometimes I go back and trying to do something like that, and I realize, these are two entirely separate things. So it's like you're having accounts receivable in one section in QuickBooks, you're having accounts payable in one section, and then you're trying to mix accounts receivable and accounts payable. They will clash with each other, and that will not work. So that is a good example between the two. Just know you have a function to do in QuickBooks and you have a function to do in your CMR. When you're posting, you're commenting, maybe you're getting some calls booked, all of that is happening in your CMR because those are just people that are interested in your business or the service that you offer, or they need some bookkeeping done. We are putting those prospects in what we call our pipeline into our CMR. Now, after maybe we've went through a couple emails with them, we set up a call to book with them, and we went through the call with them and kind of found out, and which I'll go deeper into that in another video, of what you might say on what I call a next step call. Because I'm not there to sell them anything. I am there just to get to know them, see what problem that they're having, what restraint they're having in their business, and then I will invite them into my world of what the services or products that I offer that can fix that problem, that can resolve that problem, how I can help them in their business, where I can save them money, I can save them time, I can create even a workflow for them that's going to give them more hours in their day. So that's what we're looking at with that. So that's what our CMR is. We're going to keep all of our contacts in there. You created your lead magnet, which we went over like last week. So you created your lead magnet, you posted it on Facebook, somebody actually downloaded that lead magnet, so now you have their email address. So that starts their contact list. So once you have them in the contact list, then you could either have an email sequence, or you could reach out to them, or you could do a weekly email, however you're nurturing that contact. But that's how you would do every contact that you have coming through your system. And be sure and go back and watch the social media recording video training that I did for you, so you can get a lot more ideas. But that's just a brief overview of what we've already done. So, and now what we're going to do, say we got on the call, the person said, yes, I want to go ahead and get started with monthly bookkeeping, basic bookkeeping plus job costing. So that would be your typical yes from a roofing contractor. And so now what we want to do then is go over to QuickBooks, because that's our money system. The CMR is our prospect generating system, our customer generating system, our customer communications, follow up, and that type of thing. So now we want to go into QuickBooks and we want to enter their information, and we would enter in QuickBooks our client name, contact information, especially the email address. You need the email address in order to send them an invoice. So be sure you have that. You could put on the invoice the date that this project is going to start. Say it's on Friday, like today, then it's going to start on Monday on the 8th or 9th of February, whatever the date is you're going to start. And then the service that you are providing, which would just be bookkeeping with job costing. You can keep it as simple as that. You would enter your invoice, however much. If you're charging them $1,000 a month for March, then you would just put in $1,000, for March, or if you're going to charge them that for February, $1,000 there. You would have an engagement letter with them so that your communication is clear. So you could actually fill out your engagement letter and then you could attach that to the invoice where they can take a look at that as well in case they need to look back on it for reference. But then once you get them in QuickBooks, then and you have your engagement letter, you have your price and all the details for that client, then they are actually a client. They go from a prospect, someone interested, into a person that you are providing a service for, which is your client. So that becomes our money system. But you're not building a CMR inside of QuickBooks just because you put your customer information in there. You're not putting prospects in there. You're only putting customers in QuickBooks that have agreed to your services. You have the engagement letter. You have all the details to start, doing work for them. So just keep that in mind. You have your money system, QuickBooks, and finances. You have your CMR, which is communication, marketing, pipelines that person is going through, when to follow up, contact, weekly newsletter, nurturing this person, because in bookkeeping, accounting, it's all based on trust, know, and like. So people have to get to know you, whether you have a YouTube channel like me, or either you're just making posts or images on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever your choice of platform is. And like I remind you in the last video, just please only start with one platform. You want to get like really good at one platform. But I did want to explain to you the differences in these two systems and why you need both these systems. As far as price goes, I believe that system is around $40 a month, and I believe Go High Level is somewhere between 100 and 300, just depending on whichever plan you get and how you come in to Go High Level. So you would just need to check on that. I will put those two links in the description in case you want to go check out either one of those platforms. When clients are tracked properly, then we can see in QuickBooks, who's paying you, any open invoices you have, and as you receive the payments, whether they pay with the QuickBooks link, with a credit card or ACH. So you can always see any open invoices you have if you need to resubmit an invoice to someone, or if you're automatically taking the money out their bank account, then have them fill out a credit card authorization or an ACH to give you legal, ability to pull that money out their checking account every month. So that's the preferable way to do it, opposed to sending out invoices each month. But then again, everybody, it's different. Clients are different. Some clients are comfortable giving you the ACH information or credit card information. Some clients are not, and they want to look at the invoice before they pay something. So either one. But I don't start the work if I'm invoicing a client out until they actually pay that invoice the first day of the month. So I always bill out like on the 26th, 27th, something like that at the end of the month, and then it's due on the 1st, and then I wait to receive that payment before I start working on their account. Sometimes it does knock me a little behind when they're late in paying, but I still wait, until I've received those funds. I just work on other accounts, or I work on getting more clients into my business in that time that I would have been working on theirs. Just have one clear service, or you could have a package that is standard, one that's premium, and then one that is, advanced, for an example. Or you could go with silver, gold, diamond, however you want to do it. But just know the differences in each one of those packages. Like A standard package might just be doing monthly bookkeeping, to actually go through the bank feed, reconcile their bank account and credit cards with only two bank accounts and one credit card. You reconcile those, and at the end of the month, you're just sending them a report, a profit and loss report. Your premium or your next step up from that could be bookkeeping and job costing. So that would include additional items with that. You might have to reset up their chart of accounts because they don't have cost of goods in there. So just depending on the work that needs to be done. And then like a advanced or growth package, it may include doing everything that's in your premium package, plus you're meeting with them monthly to go over their profit and loss and doing strategy sessions with them to help them gain more profits in their business and just go a little bit deeper into their finance and analyzing, what story that their business is telling them and what they need to do next. And then you can look and see at the end of the month for yourself, for the first of the month, what your profit was, your net profit was after all your expenses are in. Because in bookkeeping, it is a very low cost business, but we have a lot of software apps and different things that we have to use, and, computers, office supplies, subscriptions, and all that kind of good stuff. And I generally say for a bookkeeping business, to keep up on all that with your training too, it will run you like $500 to $1,000 a month doing that. So that's just a food for thought there. But it all depends on, what you're investing in. I'm always investing in myself. So I'm generally in some type of coaching program. I have a mentor that I am getting to coach me, but yours could be a good bit, less expensive than what mine is. It just depends on, what you would like. But if you really love this information and you're getting good content here and you need help in your building your bookkeeping business, and we do specialize in contractors, roofers, painters, any type of contractor like this, I invite you to join my school community, and that link will be in the description. I have 3 different ways you can come into the community: join our free roofing community and Bookkeepers Connection, where we're helping roofing contractors, and you will get all set up and start getting your bookkeeping business built. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.